Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Jamie, and today I wanted to come in and talk to you about all of the Zara perfumes I own. So I actually own 14 different Zara perfumes, and I'm probably going to go online and purchase 2 more that I saw that were just released. Anyway, so soon to be 16, but 14 different fragrances that I wanted to rank today for you. I started this collection out this year in 2022. So most of these are still available on the site. I saw like 2 of them aren't, but I'm not exactly sure why. I'll explain that when I get to them. But I think that some of them are more popular than others, and that might be why they're selling out. But let me go through and rank these. Now, I'm gonna do a side note. Number 1, I normally like gourmand type fragrances, and I'm kind of a newbie when it comes to fragrances. I've always been wearing perfume, but over the past year, I've really gotten into the hobby of like trying different things and collecting, and now I'm up to like, I don't know, over 100, definitely over 100 perfumes, which is crazy. But I love to save a buck. I definitely am a fan of Zara. And when I started hearing about their fragrances in the community, I kind of went a little crazy. So here we are, 14 fragrances later, and now you guys get to benefit from that, and I will explain to you what I like about these and what I don't. So let's start from the bottom. So number 14, I have Red Vanilla. And what makes this kind of a big pain in the ass is that I actually picked this out in person at the store. A lot of these are blind buys, but this one, nope, I picked it out and I was so excited. Like, there's something about the Zara perfume counter. You get up there and you're like just smelling things and you're like, I'm going to find something I like because it's so reasonable. I mean, this is very reasonable. I think that this right here is $10.90 for this fragrance, and I love that their packaging and stuff. It's just very basic. It just says red vanilla on here, and I mean, truth be told, I don't hate this fragrance at all. It's just not the favorite of all the ones I have here. So that's kind of why it falls down there, but it is classified as like a warm, fruity floral. I definitely smell more floral in here than fruit. It's definitely like a warm, light fragrance. It's very basic though. It's just very, I don't know, stagnant almost. It just comes off as like a warm, fruity floral and just stays there. And I'm not crazy about it. It just doesn't do too much for me, but my daughter is 14. She actually really likes this one. So I'm gifting it to her. I'm gifting her a bunch of these ones on the bottom. But let's keep moving along. A number 13 is also one I picked out in person and is going to my daughter. This is Gourmand Addict. So what's weird about these is the pricing. I mean, the pricing has like no rhyme or reason, it feels like, because this is $17.90, and then this little one, which is like a third of it, I think this is, I don't even know, honestly, but I think it's like a third of the size of this, and I think this is 90 milliliters, this is 30 milliliters, so this is an ounce. Yeah, that's right. So that one was $10 and this is $17 for 3 times as much. Anyway, Gourmand Addict, let's just get on with the fragrance here. This is classified as a citrus, woody fragrance. So definitely still has floral in it. Very easy to wear, very basic, just a little bit too sweet for me. There's something in here that I just don't love. But I definitely smell a lot of the fruits and florals, but it does have like an underlying like a gourmand note, so some vanilla in the base. It's just not something that I really love. I actually like it more as it dries down than I do like right out of the gate, but just because it's very strong. But I mean, it's not a bad fragrance at all. There's just others I like more, but this one I think has been around for a little bit longer. This one and Red Vanilla, they've kind of stood the test of time, but this one is just not my favorite. But my daughter likes that one as well, so I'm giving that to her. Then the next one I have is Waterlily Tea Dress, and this one tricked me up because I ordered this online. This is from the Emotions line, so I think that's the one that they did with Joe Malone. So this one is very, very pleasant. It's kind of really, really springy, summery, because it's just a very light, floral, I guess it's water lily all the way. I think it's very just one note, it feels like on this one. There's probably more, but it's just really pretty flowers and definitely very springtime-ish to me. So this is number 12. Definitely reminds me of a spring day and just sitting outside. Oh, it tripped me up because this is actually like a fragrance hairspray, which isn't bad for being in your hair, but yeah, just very nice, pleasant flowers outside. And this is good, but the problem is this one actually cost $29.90. I think, like I said, maybe it's from that it's from the Joe Malone collection. So that's probably why it costs a little bit more. And it's that hairspray. So interesting, but I can like use this all over me and it fades pretty quickly on this one. Unfortunately, it's very light, very, you know, airy. All right, next one is Woman Cherry. And this is like a play on a fragrance they already had, I believe, called Woman. I've never had that one. This was like a summer release and they came out with all these fruity fragrances that I think some of them were spins off of other things that they had, but it was kind of like festival type of fragrances for the summer. This one is very floral still, and it has some fruit to it, some cherry, but it's not like a recognizable cherry to me. This doesn't smell like cherry, but it does smell like, I don't know, you have a nice floral perfume on and then I was thinking even like those cherry push pops or whatever that you have that my kids eat all the time in the summer. They're all different colors. They're cheap as can be. And if you had like a red one and you spilled it on your dress when you already had like a very floral summertime perfume on, that's what this reminds me of. So I don't know. It's very vibrant, that fragrance is. It's heavy on the florals. Very like, I think rose or I don't know, strong florals coming through there. And it's just like, it's a lot. That fragrance is kind of a lot. That's why it's more on the bottom of my list. And I wouldn't be opposed to getting rid of that one, but that one actually cost $19.90 and that came out this summer. I know it's still available on their website. Next, going on to one of the newer fragrances that really throws me for a loop. Every time I smell this one, it does. And the name, I guess, is great because it's Unusual Gourmand. They had a couple different unusual names in that line that they released at the same time. This is a limited edition from this year. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this one, but I think this was around the same price, probably like $29. That's normally, or maybe $19. Sometimes this bottle, they kind of make more reasonable like they did here with the Gourmand Addict. I like their packaging. I mean, it's very simplistic. I think it's cute. I like that the fragrance is clear. Okay, so this one is strange, all right? So this one is very unusual. It's got like a baccarat spin to it. I don't know if that's like a lot of saffron or something in the base. So it definitely has like a baccarat, but it's taking baccarat in like a gourmand direction. So it's kind of got a little bit of florals, but definitely some vanilla, like vanilla and saffron or something. So it's got like this lighter, airier quality to it, like baccarat. But it is unusual. You don't know if you really like this or not. And when I first got this, I got this scent and I was like, I kind of like that. And then after about like 2 hours, this thing turned bad. I mean, I don't know. It just smelled like, everybody says medical equipment, like pure metal, like alcohol cleanser. That's what it smelled like. But I think it just needed some time to sit because it doesn't seem to do that to me anymore on the paper. I haven't worn this on my skin in a while just because it's kind of threw me for a loop there. But and this one is interesting. If you see it at the store, definitely give it a try. It's number 10 in my ranking, but I can see some people really liking this. And like I said, it's unusual. There were moments where I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I want to buy more. The opening's really nice and floral and sweet. And then it kind of dries down to this baccarat thing and then just kind of like fades in and out and is really light, but also kind of gourmand. It's interesting. That's an interesting one. So Unusual Gourmand. The next one is Fashionably London. So this is also from the Joe Malone line. I'm not exactly sure how they're categorizing those, but she has done a lot of different things with this with this line. I think she maybe had the Emotions line was the first one that she put out, maybe with the Waterlily Tea Dress and the Ebony Wood. I think that was a Jo Malone one, but then she redid and she did a bunch of things that were from like different places around the world, and that's where Fashionably London came in. I bought this one as one of my first purchases, I think, and this was supposed to be kind of like leaning in the direction of like a Delina, where it's like tart. It's got that tart, very pungent, very like grab you by your shirt and be like, listen to me. Like, I gotta tell you. And it has this strong scent. So I would not like, I don't think I would wear this in an office necessarily unless I knew that I wasn't gonna see coworkers for a couple hours. So maybe like going out appropriate, yes, but office appropriate, I would say no, unless you don't see coworkers for the first couple hours and then you just see that after that, because then it'll have calmed down. This is a very strong fragrance from them, and it has great longevity. So it definitely doesn't last like Delina, but it's very, very good. It definitely has some really nice floral touches to it. It can just be strong. So that is somebody who like wants to be heard would wear that fragrance. That's how I feel about it. Not for somebody who's like sitting in the back. And I think these are a little bit more expensive as well. I think this is probably like $29 for this line just because it's one of the Jo Malone collaborations. Now this is another one from Jo Malone, and this is a very, very well-loved fragrance in the community, Zara community, and it is Ebony Wood. So this one is really nice. This bottle runs $39.90. This is a very sweet, mellow type of fragrance. It is woody, but it is like a gourmand. It has a lot of sweetness in here. So it isn't like, when I think of woody fragrances, I think of woody like masculine fragrances that are deep and woody. This tea is like light, airy, sweet, and woody. It's really nice. It's just a pleasant fragrance, really easy to wear, has pretty decent longevity, mixes with a lot of different things. So definitely I mix this with like florals, and it has like a sweetness, like a floral type of sweetness. So I think, you know, that one is a great like mixing scent for me. Really can bring up any deep fragrance, and it mixes well with so many different things. You could mix this with like fruits, you could mix it with flowers, you know, probably just not something that you'd want to mix with pure gourmand. So maybe like fruit flower. Oh, it's good though. Very sweet, nice, not commanding, just really, really easy and moderate to wear. I noticed as I get up the line here, we're gonna go to number 7 now. These are really easy to wear fragrances. That's what I lean towards. I don't like making a huge statement. I like to kind of just smell sweet and good, but not like where somebody's gonna be like, oh my God, who's wearing that? And like choke somebody out or something. That is not my deal at all. So this next one is called Rose Gourmand. And I think this is one that they've had in this line. I think this is like their classic signature line in these tall, skinny bottles. I have a couple coming up that are in these bottles. But this is nice that they have this at like a more reasonable price too. They have smaller bottles and then they have bigger bottles, and these smaller bottles are $13.90 and their bigger bottles, ooh, I think they're $29.90 for like the bigger bottle. But I love this size. I think this packaging is great. Even the Jo Malone one was great. They're doing great with the packaging. So, but this is Rose Gourmand. This is very, very gourmand and flowery. So this smells a lot like Rose Vanille, I think it's called, from Mancera, or Roses Vanille. So rose and vanilla, really. And it's just super, super sweet. I think this is a gorgeous fragrance, but to me, it can get like a little nauseating to me, a little headache inducing. I don't know. There's just something about it. Like even the, it's not Mancera, their sister brand, whatever that brand is, I can't remember, Montal. They have very similar like cafe. I can't remember what the name of that fragrance is. It's that cafe one though, but that one is very kind of cloying to me as well. it just gets a little nauseating. I don't know. It must just be the combination of the rose and the vanilla. It's just not everything. I think that Cafe Rose or something. So that one kind of smells like coffee and vanilla, and then there's roses and vanilla, and then there's this one, which is just like it. This is just like Roses Vanille. And it just has this not very pleasant scent for me. My daughter really likes this one, so I think I'm actually gonna gift that to her because I just can't see myself like wearing it. I tried to wear the Cafe Rose one, but it was giving me a headache, so I think I'm gonna give her this one as well. So anyway, that was number 7. I love the bottle though, and it's a pleasant scent. You might love it, but for me, it's just, I can't wear it. Something about that DNA just doesn't sit right with me. So the next one is one called Apple Juice, and I feel like this is like the Chance Entendre or whatever, that fragrance. I think this is a dupe for that. I don't remember that one. This one definitely smells very, very fruity though. So it's a fruity floral. It's a little bit stronger. So this one, once again, I'd like spray this on and maybe wait a couple hours. It's not like, it doesn't, I wouldn't say turn people off. It's a very pleasant fragrance. So I wouldn't say that it's like turning people away from you, but it is a pretty strong one. So I'd want it to die down more before I'd see people, but this is definitely something I could wear in the summer, maybe spring and fall the most, but I could see this as a very summer floral fragrance. It's very, very nice. So that's called Apple Juice. And this one is $17.90 once again for this bottle. So I don't know why, I think this is 90 milliliters and like this one is 100 milliliters. This one's $40 and this one's $17.90, $18. So it's kind of weird that I guess it just depends if it's a collaboration or if it's their signature line or whatnot. Okay. Moving on to the next one, number 5. So we're getting towards the top, and this one is new. This is the Red Temptation Winter. So they have this in their signature line bottles like this. Their Red Temptation is higher up on my list. I'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. But this I think is also 100 milliliters. It's a very hefty, beautiful packaging. I can't see how many milliliters it is, but it's either 90 or 100. It's a hefty size. This one they sell for $29.90. This is the one that's no longer on the website, which is new, so I'm surprised. I love this packaging, very, very nice, and the atomizers, the whole deal is nice, but I'll spray this one again. So the Red Temptation that I'm going to talk about in a little bit is supposed to be a dupe for Baccarat 540. This one, because it's Red Temptation Winter, everybody thought was going to be a dupe for the X-Straight, but it turns out it's not really. It's much, I would say it's more oudy than the X-Straight. So I do smell a little bit of Baccarat DNA in there, but not too much. But I can smell some oud in here, but it's definitely nice. It's not like sharp, it's not nauseating, it's nothing that would give me a headache. It is a stronger, deeper scent. So this would be something I'd wear a lot, but I'd wear it more towards the evening. I wouldn't wear this all the way in the day because it's just a little deeper, and I would just say this is more like going out or evening type of fragrance. Smells really, really nice though. It's sweet, but it's not cloying. But it smells like maybe there's a little bit of floral in there, but mainly like a gourmand type of like nice, light, airy, kind of like a Baccarat. Baccarat kind of is like a little, is that floral? Is that gourmand? Oh wait, it's airy. It's got that whole play going, but it's deeper than the regular Temptation. It's got something that's deepening it up, and it's not similar to the X-Straight though. It goes in like a different direction. I feel like X-Straight is really close to 540. This is like not as close to 540 because it's so much deeper. But I mean, I believe it has oud in it. That's what I read online, but I don't know. Something is making it darker, and it's not patchouli. I think it's oud, but it's not obnoxious at all. It's very, very pleasant. So I'm sad that this one's no longer on the website. I did pick up 2 bottles, so I have an extra bottle, but as you can tell, I haven't been using it that much, but it is really good. Maybe I'll wear this tonight. This one is nice. It's nice. Very easy to wear, like not grabbing anybody's attention. Somebody said it smelled like a blend between the X-Straight or the 540 and Oud for Greatness, like a blend between those two. I've never tried Oud for Greatness, or if I have, I wasn't loving it, so I put it back. But it's good. It's really good. It's really just nicely blended. They did a good job on that one. All right, next one I also couldn't find on the website, which is throwing me off, but this is Hipster Oud. This was released in the fall, I think early fall, and it's in their regular bottles. And this one is a rose fruity amber musk. It's got a lot of different things there. It's really easy to wear. I don't smell any oud in here. I don't think that oud is listed, but it says Hipster Oud is the name of it. And why are they doing that? Why are they calling things things that it doesn't have? But this is really easy to wear. I could see this any time of year, daytime, office appropriate, very easy. It's nice, it's floral. It's mainly light floral to me. And then it says it has rose and fruit and amber. It's nice, light floral with some amber. Yeah, this is a really good one. I'm sad that they don't have that. They gotta have it somewhere. I don't know, but I picked this up and I really enjoy this one. I don't wear it as much because since the fall has hit, I've been like, gourmands, gourmands, all the way. That's just where I lean. So anyway, that's Hipster Oud. That is number 4. We're getting into number 3. So this is also pretty recent purchase. I think they brought this out just a couple months ago. I know they still have it. It's called Future Rose. I know I bought this one in the store as well. Had to do it. $17.90 again for this 90 milliliter bottle. I like the caps, wooden caps like this. Anyway, Future Rose. It is rosy, but oh no, it's like light fruity floral. Light fruity floral, very pleasant, very light, very easy to wear. Oh my gosh, it just like dances up here. It's just, oh, this is a really, really nice one. It's like the perfect blend between a floral and fruit. It's like half and half. And it's light and it's just, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's citrus in here. They gotta have some citrus in here, yep. Maybe some peach or some orange. No, maybe not orange. I'm thinking it's like peach, maybe bergamot. Yeah, probably bergamot and peach. Yeah, it just stays like light, like lemony, peachy, like, it smells like there's a tree with all these flowers on it in the springtime next to like a peach tree or something, or peach and lemon tree, and you're like biting into a juicy fruit and smelling those florals and just in the background. This is so nice. This all year, this is wonderful. Yeah, perfect daytime, keep it light, office appropriate scent. Love it, love it. Okay, top 2, let's do it. Red Temptation. You knew it was up here somewhere. So Red Temptation, signature line. This is one they've had for a while. This bottle is $29.90. And this is classic. This was also, you know, just the reason I got into this brand, really. Everybody was saying, Baccarat dupe, you have to try it. And I had never tried Baccarat. Is it a dupe? It's a dupe, but it is not the same at all. Much more heavy on the alcohol on this one. I guess once it dries down, but right out of the gate, totally different. It just is not as like dimensional as Baccarat is. Baccarat will just take you floral and it'll take you here and it'll take you there. It's fruity floral, like gourmand, and oh, it's just good. This is good, but it's no Baccarat. I mean, but it's a pretty good dupe. I mean, people would think that maybe you're wearing Baccarat if they smell this on you. Oh, but it is good. And it's perfect for mixing. So I love blending this and Ebony Wood. Those are like my 2 favorite like blending perfumes from this line. You can blend it with anything. Smells really great. So it's this light, smells like it stays up here. I don't know, why do I like those like floaty, drifty fragrances? I think a lot of people do. But it smells very airy and it's got some florals in there. some gourmand notes. It's just like, it feels like it's a great perfume that's just like right out there. Like you just can't, you're like trying to catch it. And it's just light and it just floats through the air. It's saffron. It's nice. So Red Temptation is number 2 and for a great price. And then number 1 is Cherry Smoothie. I love this. I have like 4 bottles of it. Shh. I would buy more. I just love this and I love mixing it with things. I mean, I know that's outrageous. I went through, if you add them all up, probably about a bottle right now. And I've had this since the summer. I don't even have to spray it. It just smells so wonderful. It smells a lot like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Maybe not as dark as Lost Cherry, but it's a pretty good dupe. And it's like $25, I think, for this bottle. This is 90 milliliters, I believe, and it's awesome. I don't think I have any other bottles like this. Nope, this is the only one that I have that's shaped like this, but oh, it's so good. Just smells like cherries, and it's sweet, and it's nice, and it's light. It's not heavy, it just smells fruity and decadent. Decadent is how I would describe this. But it wouldn't be like immature, you know? It's not like, oh, that's just a little child running around with that perfume. No, it's got more depth than that. Only problem is it does not last long. Like the original Lost Cherry, it's very fleeting, which sucks. But yeah, it's worth it. I mean, for $25, I would buy a bunch. I'd respray it all day long. I want to smell like this every day of my life. This is what I dream of smelling like. I just love it. If you can't tell, and the price is amazing. So that's it. That is my whole line of 14 fragrances. Top were Cherry Smoothie, Red Temptation, and Future Rose, and then Hipster Oud and Red Temptation Winter. Those are my top 5 that I would recommend. Definitely worth it. I mean, they're not that expensive. If you know, think that you might like my taste in things, then I would give them a try. I mean, I blind bought them myself, and I would recommend other people to do that. I know that's always, you know, you're rolling the dice there, but if you like cherries, if you like light fruity fragrances, if you like Baccarat, if you like a light flowers fragrances, the top 5, hands down. They're easy to love. So, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed filming this. I hope it was helpful in some ways, and thank you so much. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.